In his 1996 book, Michael Behe, an American biochemist and professor at Lehigh University, wrote a book called Darwin's Black Box. And in that book, he coined the term irreducible complexity. An irreducibly complex object is one that has all of the parts it needs to function and cannot be reduced any further. A mousetrap is an elegant example of an irreducibly complex item. If you remove the spring or the catch or the hammer or the platform, the mousetrap no longer works. Everything is necessary and no part is wasted or redundant. This is exactly why people talk about how hard it would be to build a better mousetrap. Darwinian evolution requires us to believe that complex things like humans, giraffes, butterflies, etc. came from more simplistic things. Aside from the fact that many of the things we consider simple, such as amoebas and worms, really aren't that simple at all, it still leaves us with the problem that slow change over time would in fact be too slow. There are hundreds of things that have to happen for a caterpillar to change into a butterfly. All of these things have to happen in the correct order and in the correct way for the metamorphosis to happen. If you take any part of the process away, the caterpillar dies before it changes into a butterfly, and well, dead things don't go on to either evolve or have offspring. There are plenty of mechanisms like this that require multiple parts at once in order to function, and that would make the creature less fit for survival without. And as Darwin put it, natural selection is the survival of the fittest. Protein mechanisms, the structure of the eye, tiny flagella that function as little biological propellers, even blood clotting, all exist as examples of irreducibly complex things. All the pieces have to work, and they have to work right in the beginning. One way to understand the problem that irreducible complexity presents for evolution is to think of owning a bicycle. Imagine you need this bicycle every day to commute to work. The bicycle must always be in working order. Now imagine that I told you you're going to convert that bicycle into a motorcycle one piece at a time. Now here's the catch. You have to be able to ride it to work every day, and every piece that you add must make your commute faster. The process would be impossible. At some point you'd have neither a bicycle nor a motorcycle and no way to get to work. Evolution requires slow, gradual changes over time, but irreducibly complex things require all the parts to be there simultaneously, or it fails. It's a giant hole in the current evolutionary theory. So what does the Bible say about the way things are complex? God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth after their kind." And it was so. God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the ground after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Genesis 1:24 and 25. The Genesis account of creation describes immediate creation of all the parts for all the animals according to their kind. This matches with what we know about irreducibly complex things. All the parts have to be there all at once, just like the Bible said all along.